The movie The Benefactor is one interesting movie I think everyone needs to watch. Hi guys, my name is Charity and you're welcome to this channel. So Benefactor is a movie ongoing in the cinema that is very interesting and I recommend to every body from teens upwards. Yes, everyone needs to watch The Benefactor. A big shout out to the Benefactor team. I think Bimbo Adewoye or Adeoye, I'm really not sure of her name, and Kule Remy or so. Yes, two of them were more like the main characters in the movie. A big shout out to them. I watched that movie and I understood, you know, really not understood. It just brought a different it was interesting, guys. It was really interesting. I recommend. So yes, Benefactor is something I've always wanted to talk about. Yeah, I did make mention of that on my TikTok channel, but I would love to also talk about it here. The Benefactor is, I'll give a summary. um a teenage girl, she lost her parents. Her auntie and uncle were the one actually doing, they were more like a guardian to her. They did their jobs. It happened that, I don't want to spoil the whole movie, but it all boils down to gifts, accepting things without questioning why they are given to you and what intent, right? That's why and what intent, they're almost the same thing, but the reason why it was given to you. I understand the fact that gifts are actually great, no doubt. In fact, I'm a lover of gifts. I love gifts, but it's important to also question why those gifts were given to you, or why the gifts that have people tend to give you are actually given to you. Reason being that many persons actually become indebted to things that, they become indebted to people or things because of the gifts they were given to them. So yes, let's get the point. I understand when somebody gives you something and you be like, oh, thank you, I appreciate you, oh, thank you. That feeling, it's actually great. But at the same time, while you're doing the also ask questions like, hope I'm not paying back. Hope this, like, what's the gift for? And yes, it has to be very, very, you have to say it politely. One has to really be very careful. One has to really be very careful. The world is a very dangerous place, very dangerous place, and you will not want to play gamble with your life because of gifts. Many innocent persons have gone to debt. In fact, debts they didn't even know of at the point they were giving those gifts. But at a later date, they were reminded of, I gave you this thing, so this is what you're going to do. I'm buying your loyalty. I'm buying this as regarding the gift. I'm buying that because you did this for me, right? So very importantly, please do well to question everything that is given to you. Yes. I know some persons will be like, why would I, this, that. I get your point. I understand you. But please just question it. And questioning it would mean that you should have a notion of discernment. You should be discerning. Like, your spirit man has to be very, very, very alert for you to understand why you should question your gifts. Very important. Very important. So if anyone tends to give you, or for peradventure just gives you something, I understand the joy that comes from getting things, right? But you need to ask questions as regarding those gifts. You need to ask questions because you don't know if you are actually having an exchange for your destiny. That's the spiritual aspect. You could actually be in a debt. When somebody tends to give you, okay, I'm trying to foil it. That's what the chief in that movie was doing. She felt innocent and was like, oh, okay, this man is actually after my future, which is expected. That's more like the littlest thing everybody should do, right? If you're helping somebody from a genuine heart. But nowadays it doesn't look that way because many persons would want to use that as an avenue to do their evil bidding. Now, from the words of that chief in that movie, in the Benefactor, right? He said, I have been investing on you. He more like he has just been an investor waiting for his assets to be ripened before he does what he wants to do with the assets. So we should have a discerning spirit. In that very movie still, the uncle of Bimbo, I've forgotten her name in that movie. The uncle of Bimbo in that movie was, my mind is really not accepting this man to gift us. Anything he gives us, tell him to take it back because my mind is not settled. It was later in future Bimbo realized that this is what my uncle was saying. He was not lying. His spirit man was alive. And how do you say no to gifts sometimes? It is when you have the mindset of being contented, like you have the contentment spirit. Anything you have, you appreciate it. Even if it's 5 naira, I like it. I love it. I honor it. Because what you yourself don't honor, every other person outside will not honor it. But if you honor and give value to your 5 naira, every other person outside will honor your 5 naira. So this is a notion to everybody, or a message to everybody out there. Please do well to watch that movie. Do well to watch that movie. The Benefactor is a very important movie, or interesting movie rather, that I think everyone should watch. And yes, parents and guardians, if possible, your teens needs to watch that movie. Not all that glitters is gold is not just a parable, but it is something that is weighty, right? In that movie, they will understand what it means. Not all good things, not all shiny things, not all bright things that come before you are actually good for you. Sometimes you should learn to say no. Sometimes you should say, don't worry, just forget about it. Thank you very much. But yes, again, if you're going to be saying no, you should not say it in arrogance. You should say it politely, with love. Even though that person is actually meaning evil for you, they would know how to go away because you have said it even without them noticing what you have in mind. Do you get? So I think everybody should have have it in mind. First of all, have the spirit of discernment. How do you have the spirit of discernment? Pray often, read your word, read the word of God. He will begin to sharpen your spiritual senses, right? That's one. Number two, have contentment for whatsoever you have. Anything you have, anything that anybody will give to you, it will not move you. Why? Because you are contented. I'm trying to, yeah, I think I got it right there. You are contented with what you have, right? You are contented, at the same time appreciative of what that person is trying to give you, right? But you appreciate what you have, right? So it is important to learn contentment. Even the Bible says godliness with contentment is of a great gain, meaning you will never lose. You will never lose if you are contented with what you have and you are also mix it with godliness. So godliness will bring about that sharpness in sensitivity, spiritual sensitivity of what to receive and what not to receive, right? That is that. Another thing is the ability to say no. Sometimes it's not yes, 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 yes. Anything anybody tell you, okay, yeah, okay, no. Sometimes learn to say, practice it. No, I'm sorry, no. But when you're saying no, it should be in a polite manner. No. Just practice saying no. It's going to help you. Right? Saying no is going to help you. And this is to our teens out there. I don't really know who's going to watch this, but it is important you know how to carry whatsoever you have. I'm always of the opinion that Otedola's daughter, right, or Otedola himself, right, or whoever, Dangote, or whoever is the richest man on earth, will not make me jealous of whatever they have, because I have my 5 naira cloth the way I will carry it, you self will think that it is 1 billion I bought it. Because I appreciate what I have. So nobody would want to tempt you with gifts and lure you out of what you have because of what you don't have. No. When you are appreciative of what you have, when you like what you have, when you adore what you have, first things first, if you don't appreciate what you have, another person, a stranger outside, will never in this life appreciate what you have. For a stranger to appreciate what you have, it means that they already know. They've seen and noticed that you yourself that own that thing already appreciates what you have. So when you learn the act of gratitude, in quote, right? No matter where you stay, no matter how you're living, even if you're patching yourself, nobody will know. Because you appreciate what you have. You don't, it is only greed or ojukokoro. Abi, is that not what they call it in Yoruba? Let me just use that word too. But yeah, it's only when your eye is opolo eye. In my language, they call it when your eye is too big. You want to collect other people's thing. That is when you will now want to be, looking for collecting gifts unnecessarily. So let's practice these things. Stay away from greed. Be contented with what you have. Appreciate what you have. Let what you have, full your stomach. When you fill your stomach, you will know that, okay, you'll be able to discern very well that, oh, this one is my own. Even if I'm in a mess, right? I should be able to know who is actually doing good to me or who is actually wanting to steal from me. Right? I pray God bless us with this word, and I pray somebody's life turns around for the benefit. Turns around for your own benefit. You know why? Because it's important. You cannot trade your destiny because of something you are seeing, because of material gains. Turns around for the benefit. Turns around for your own benefit. You know why? Because it's important. You cannot trade your destiny because of something you are seeing, because of material gains. No. Your destiny is worth more than that stuff that you've ever been wanting. In that movie, Bimbo she was in dire need. In fact, she was in a situation where she needed somebody to help her. Right? I really don't want to go into other phases or facets of the movie, but I'm just after the gifting, guys. Whether be it a man or a woman, just be contented. Appreciate what you have. Love what you have. And ask God to also open your spiritual eyes to know if whatsoever you are receiving. You guys should not get me wrong out there. I'm not saying don't receive gifts, but let your spiritual senses be opened, right? To know which gifts to pick or collect and which you should also politely return. I pray God bless us and help us to have a wonderful day. Thank you.